If you're watching this video right now and you're an online coach, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm gonna cover the no BS guide to make $10,000 a month as an online coach in 2025. My name's Brendan. Nice to meet you guys. If this is your first time here, thanks for tuning in. I promise I'm gonna freaking take care of you and give you massive value in this video. I've worked for Andy Elliott for the past 3 years. I scaled to become his top salesman, and in 2024, I put up the most revenue on the sales team. And for the past 12 months, I've been helping online coaches scale their businesses. I helped a guy named Eric Klein, one of my top clients, scale to $500,000 a month as an online coach. And since helping Eric, I decided to start taking on more clients one-on-one. And now I've helped plenty of online coaches go from 0 all the way to 10K, 20K, 50K, 100K a month plus. I just like sharing this stuff, and I'll tell you why. Because it frustrates me that all these guys out here in the space, they're gatekeeping information. As I started to do my research and see what else is out there in the marketplace? If I'm an online coach trying to grow, who's the guy I should watch? Where do I go to get the information? I realized there's all these puzzle pieces you got to connect one by one, and you got to buy 80 different courses just to learn how to get a clear roadmap to start. And it shouldn't be that way. And that's why I'm here, that's why you're here, and that's why I want to help and revolutionize the online coaching business, or online coaching businesses. So without further ado, enough yap, let's go ahead and jump into it. Don't let anyone fool you, okay? There's only 3 pillars of building an online coaching business. And when I tell them to you, it's gonna blow your mind, because all these other gurus have been trying to confuse you with these big words and things like that to just make you feel like you need their thing. When in reality, it comes down to these 3 things, okay? Number 1, it comes down to your offer, okay? Number 2 is marketing. And number 3, I bet all you smarty pantses can take a guess, it's gonna be sales. At the end of the day, these are the 3 pillars of building an online coaching business. Now again, this is a no BS guide. I'm gonna give you a clear path to understanding all 3 of these pillars, how you can implement them, and how you can launch and scale your online coaching business. So we're gonna start with the offer, and I'm gonna teach you a couple simple things about how to create your offer and start making money online. Recently, I posted a video that was all about the 1 mindset shift you gotta have in order to grow your online coaching business. To summarize that video, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it after this one. But to summarize that, I basically explained that if you're an online coach starting at 0, the common misconception is that the first thing you should do is build a course, because a course will be the lowest ticket product, and obviously if it's low ticket, wouldn't people be more inclined to buy it if it costs less? Not necessarily. Starting off by building a course if you're an online coach is a bad idea versus just offering one-on-one and a high ticket product starting out, and I'll tell you why. Couple reasons. 1, you haven't validated your market yet, right? See, one-on-one coaching, while it does take more effort to coach somebody than it would be to sell a course, it takes less front-end effort. If you come to me today and say, hey, help me build my coaching business, if I want to coach you one-on-one, I can just take your money right there and start helping you, right? We can just set up calls, we could start tomorrow, and I can just start taking you through my process. But if I don't have a course, then I have to go build a course. And for those of you who've never filmed a course or a YouTube video, they're not fucking easy, right? So you gotta go, okay, what would be the process, the step-by-step? You gotta plan a curriculum, you gotta write out a course, you gotta go film it, you gotta pay a video editor, you gotta freaking upload it to a course hosting platform and all this stuff just to sell it to hopefully a market that actually wants it. What I teach coaches, in a nutshell, if you wanna grow your online coaching business from scratch, is before you go out and make a course, let's start by offering consulting and one-on-one coaching, because 1, it takes no front-end effort. 2, you need to validate your market before you build a course, because how do you even know if people want it? And how do you even know you can take people from point A to point B if you've never actually taken anybody else besides yourself from point A to point B, right? So you need testimonials. And another thing is, you're more likely to get testimonials if you work with somebody one-on-one than if you freaking make a course you think will help them get to where they want to go, and then sell them a course. Again, all of that to sum up, you need a high ticket offer. What would I recommend? Well, there are outliers. However, I typically recommend any coach to have an offer initially between $2,000 and $5,000 bucks. And with your course, you're going to offer one-on-one training, And here's the thing that you really got to understand, right? You're going to market this course to one person, aka one avatar, solving one problem with one mechanism. Okay, and now we're going to break all these down, and then you will clearly understand offers. Okay, so it works like this. Again, when you're starting out and you're launching your coaching business, you have to make assumptions, right? You can look at what other people are doing, and that will kind of give you an idea of what works, right? Like, let's say if you're an online coach and you want to teach wholesale real estate, right? Well, if that's you, you can literally look and you can go look up online, on Instagram, YouTube, wherever, other online coaches that are already building massive coaching companies, coaching people in wholesale real estate. So that tells you that there is a market need there. The first step is identifying, and this is the whole idea of phase one of your coaching business, is making sure that you've chosen the right market and the right person to serve. The first step, again, is like, before you go build a course, we got to make sure there's an actual need for it in the marketplace and there's people out there that are willing and able to pay for it. So circling back, when we go through one person, one problem, one mechanism, the first step in building your offer is you have to identify who is this for, right? And the most common person that you're going to want to help is the person you used to be. And remember, you're taking people, your whole goal of a coaching business, right, is to take people from point A to point B. And your job as a coach is to identify who's the person that you want to help at point A. What does their life look like? What struggles are they having? What's their internal dialogue? What's their external dialogue? What are some limiting false beliefs they have around what they want to do in their lives? And then to identify the B. Where do you want to take them? And you have to be able to communicate to the person at point A. And you also have to understand where they want to go, right? Just understanding those two things alone and being able to say that in your sales presentation and inside your marketing is going to make your offer easy to market, right? Like, for example, if I'm a fitness coach and I can say, are you a dad above 45 years old and struggling to lose fat? I'll show you in 8 weeks how to drop 10 pounds of body fat so you can feel confident when you walk around on the beach. If I'm a 45-year-old dude who has a beer gut and wants to lose 10 pounds, that's going to speak to me. We identify the person that we want to help. Second thing we identify is the problem, aka the point A to point B. It's like, what problem are they struggling with, and what do they want to overcome? Where do they want to be? What's the result they're looking for? You could call it the problem or you call it the results, kind of the same thing. And then lastly is the mechanism, okay? Now, Russell Brunson wrote a book called Expert Secrets. And inside the book, he said that what you need to do if you want to stand out as a coach in this times where the internet marketing is flooded and there's gurus everywhere popping out every single day, you have to identify your new opportunity, right? So the way I like to break it down is like this. If you had two online coaches right in front of you, let's say they're both fitness coaches, both of them are marketing to 45-year-old men that want to lose 10 pounds in less than 90 days. If they both look the same to me as a buyer, same price offer, same offer, everything, except for this guy A, says he's going to get me there, and he doesn't really explain his mechanism, and he's like, hey, I'm just going to take you from point A to point B with general dieting. And then this guy over here, guy B, says, I'm going to take you there with keto. If I'm a guy that's tried general dieting before, I'm going to have more belief in this guy's solution that is offering the keto than this guy, because I've never tried keto before. So I might feel like this new opportunity is the missing puzzle piece to take me to where I want to go, right? So not only do you have to identify the person you're trying to help, the place you want to take them, like in the problem you want to help them solve, but it just adds fuel to the fire if you can tell them the mechanism you're going to use, right? Like, hey, I'm going to teach car salesmen how to go from $0 to $10,000 a month selling cars using the ABC method. What's the ABC method? It's a method that I came up with that helps car salesmen that have tried other things in the past, that is revolutionary. And as soon as you use it, it's like magic. It just changes everything for you. Hopefully at this point, y'all are starting to kind of pick up, what I'm putting down. That one, you need a high ticket offer, and you're going to work one-on-one with people. So you can get good at working with people one-on-one, validate your offer, make sure that people actually want this, because let's get real. if you can scale this, like let's say you launch your offer, 5K, one-on-one, 16 weeks, I'm taking from point A to point B using X mechanism. If you can get to 10K, that means your offer is validated. That means that people want to buy it. And then also if you're getting great testimonials and you aren't promising so much that you can't deliver on all these deals you're closing, then now you validated your offer. Like now you know you're ready to scale because people want it, you can deliver on it confidently, and people are getting results, right? That's when you know you're ready to scale. Let's just say that I wanted to put together an offer. Here's kind of how I would run through it. Recently, I helped a guy who wanted to coach people on how to become a paid public speaker. This guy has built a big audience on Instagram, over 100,000 followers. He makes 10, 20,000 a month just getting booked to go speak to colleges and clubs and things like that. And me and him sat down, and he was making the fatal mistake most online coaches make, where he was trying to sell a speaking class for like $600 every, like for a Zoom call once a week or something like that on a recurring basis or something. And, immediately, I don't really remember the details much because immediately when he told me that, I was like, dude, get out of here. That ain't going to work. Let me show you something better. And basically what we came up with is we created a $3,000 offer that is 16 weeks, right? And basically it is a once a week meeting with a group where basically he's going to teach a curriculum. He has a name for it, by the way, his curriculum, how he's going to take you from point A to point B and let's define that real quick. Point A is, post-military, overcome a lot of challenges and wanting to make more money and monetize your message and the things you've been through and get paid to tell your story on stage. To B, landing your first paid speaking gig and starting on your journey to become a full-time paid public speaker. That's the A to B. The process takes 16 weeks to implement, and he has a full curriculum, which I won't disclose on this YouTube video, but let's just say it's called the ABC method. It takes him from A to B, and that's pretty much it. Quite simply, this guy, after meeting with me and creating this offer, he made $24,000 last that I've heard in the past couple weeks. That's the power of literally just finding the right market. And guess what? If you've been paying attention so far, his offer is now validated because people are buying it, people are getting results, and he likes delivering on it. Make sense? Hopefully y'all are paying attention and learning a lot. This is powerful stuff. And now we're going to move on to pillar number two. So let's talk about marketing for a minute. Okay, so when it comes to marketing, I swear on my life, this is where most online coaches completely drop the ball. Like as soon as they have their offer, they're like, well, how do I market it? Well, I'm going to refer you back to Alex Hormozy and his book that's called $100 Million Leads, okay? And he basically breaks down inside of his book that there's 4 ways to let other people know about your stuff. You got 1-to-1 warm and 1-to-1 cold. You've got 1-to-many warm, and then you've got 1-to-many cold, okay? And let me run you guys through each one of these real quick. 1-to-1 warm is pretty much where you're gonna start as an online coach. So what is 1-to-1 warm outreach? Well, it works like this, right? You have people in your contacts on your phone right now. Maybe you have 100 people in your contacts on your phone. Maybe it's 500 or 1,000. You also have Instagram followers, people that already follow you if you have an Instagram account. You got Facebook friends, et cetera, right? Let's say cumulatively between all those lists, you have 1,000 people, and that's 1,000 people that know you. They know you exist. The difference between warm and cold is warm people already know who you are. Cold people do not know who you are. And 1-to-1 means what it sounds like, 1-to-1 person. And then 1-to-many means one speaking to many people at once. 1-to-1 warm outreach would look like this, right? You've brainstormed your offer and now you're ready to start marketing it. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to reach out to everybody in your contacts, which at this point, if you're starting your journey, you're going, but Brendan, like that's uncomfortable and blah, 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 blah. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think you grow when you're comfortable or uncomfortable? Come on. So think about it like this. You go through your contacts. Hey, Colin, what's going on? This is Brendan. I'm excited to announce that I'm starting my new coaching business, teaching A, which you're going to refer back to pillar number 1, where I'm teaching one person how to solve one problem using this mechanism. Do you know anybody by chance that could benefit from this? Thanks. That's a simple one-to-one warm outreach message that you could send to everybody who follows you on Instagram, everybody who you're friends with on Facebook, and everybody in your contact book. And assuming you're a good person and people like you, they're probably going to tell you one of two things. Either one, oh yeah, I got a buddy who I think would benefit from your program. Let me connect you with them. They're going to give you referrals. Or they might just say, which happens all the time, wow, man, that's so cool. I'm actually interested in that. And then you have a lead right there. And that's actually the goal outcome of reaching out to people. You're indirectly, by asking if they know anybody who would benefit from your product or service, you're actually indirectly asking them if they would benefit from it. So you're likely to get that response as well. Now, one-to-one cold would be like cold DMing, cold texting, or cold calling somebody. And I'm going to tell you something. As an online coach in 2025, this is not a very good way to advertise to people. I mean, does it work for certain niches? Yes. Is it the route that you should go when you have, there's Instagram in 2025 and you can run ads and you probably already have a warm network? This is the last option. Okay, probably something you'll never even need to touch. I mean, I've worked with dozens of coaches and I've never advised somebody to do one-to-one cold outreach. So I put that one there so that you can get educated on it, but just know it's not an option you got to worry about. One-to-many warm is your social media. Another little hack that I teach people that typically helps them land their first couple clients is posting a call out, what I call a call out on their Instagram story or on their Facebook story. And let me explain this to you right now. There's two types of call to actions you can post on your Instagram or Facebook stories, right? You've got a direct call to action and then an indirect call to action. A direct call to action would be like what we like to call the 5 guys post. That basically goes like this. Hey, Instagram, I'm looking for 5 guys who want, and then describe the problem you want to help them solve with the mechanism, and then fill in the blank with your mechanism. DM me the word, fill in the blank with the keyword, if you want to see if we're a good fit. That would be a 5 guys post. That's called a direct call to action because it's very direct, and if people reach out on that, you're going to get less leads on that than you would an indirect call to action, but you're going to get more interested, probably more qualified leads on that. You can make that call to action on your Instagram and definitely get some leads, or you can do an indirect. An indirect would be like posting creating what's called a lead magnet, basically being like, hey, Instagram, a lot of you guys have asked me how I've been able to make $100,000 a month selling real estate. I created a free PDF teaching you XYZ. DM me the word real estate and I'll send it over. That's indirect because you're going to get more people reaching out on that because people are more likely to reach out people are less likely to admit they have a problem and they're more likely to reach out if it's like a lead magnet, right? But by them reaching out, they're indirectly telling you, hey, like I have this problem, or they're at least interested in knowing what you have to offer, or else they wouldn't be reaching out. One-to-many warm, again, is your social media, right? Because everybody who follows you on Instagram and Facebook and stuff, they know you exist, they know who you are, they're going to interact with your posts, right? So that's free content, okay? And I could go down the rabbit hole on Instagram stories, Facebook stories, how to make content, all this different stuff. But I just want you to know that this is another marketing mechanism, a marketing vehicle that you could learn as an online coach. And then lastly, over here, guys, we got one-to-many cold, okay? This is paid advertising. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. As an online coach, if I sit down with a guy and he's not willing to invest at least $10 to $50 a day into marketing and running paid ads at some point, then I'm really turned off, right? Because you got to think about it like this. Other businesses outside of the online coaching businesses, they have a big startup, right? I just started a business with my fiance that required $30K to start up, right? When you start an online coaching business, there's really no expenses besides like maybe paying another coach to teach you how to run a business, right? But one of the main expenses you're always going to have as an online coach, if you actually want to take it anywhere big, is paid advertising, right? So when I sit down with somebody, it's a big red flag if they're like, I don't want to spend any money on marketing, because the reality of the situation is, one-to-one warm is great, one-to-many warm is great, like posting free content, And can you post and go viral? And can it happen in a very short amount of time? Can you grow your social media following organically? Yes. Is it predictable, and can it happen for everyone? And is it reliable as paid marketing? No. You know, like a lot of it relies on the algorithm. Yes, the quality of content you make is going to play a big factor in how many views you get and new followers and leads and stuff like that. But, you know, the reason that there's more guys out there in the coaching space that have made millions through paid ads than organic is because organic is harder to do, less reliable, stuff like that. So one-to-many just refers to advertising. And if you're working with me, if you were to hire me as a coach to help you grow your online coaching business, if we were to sit down and I were to realize that like you don't really have a warm network you can get leads from, and you don't really have a good audience already on Instagram, and you wanted to get clients fast, I would advise you to run ads and help you with that process, because that would ensure you get customers. And what's cool about ads too is you can get a quick feedback loop, right? Like, so going back to the offer that we talked about earlier, after you created that one-on-one offer, you could easily launch an ad, and within a week, seeing how much money you spent on ads versus how many leads you brought in, how many deals you closed, you can know if that people actually want that offer, and you can target paid advertising very heavily. You can be very targeted with who you're actually looking to communicate to and get your offer in front of. Makes sense? This is marketing. And guys, lastly, we're gonna go into sales. Come on, my favorite part. So I want to tell you guys something right now at this point. If you desire to grow an online coaching business, a skill set that you're going to want to get really good at is what we like to call HTS, aka high ticket sales. Okay? Because basically the way that it works in the internet space, the internet making money online space, is you create an offer, you market it effectively, you create engaged leads, aka people that want to buy your stuff, and then you take them to a phone call. And that phone call is to figure out if they're a good fit and then get them to commit to your program. The reason that I'm talking about this in this video is I work with a lot of online coaches, and one of the things I take them through now is I like role play with them, and I teach them the high ticket sales process, because they'll get some leads and then they'll completely fumble them because they don't know how to run a high ticket sales call. I'm not gonna go too in depth in this video on like the high ticket sales process, but I will run you through a couple things real quick. What you're gonna wanna do, first of all, tip number one is create or get your hands on a high ticket sales script, okay? And I know a lot of you guys out there have probably been hearing a lot of gurus be like, hey, scriptless selling works better, blah, blah, blah. I agree. I don't sell with a script today. 3 years into high ticket sales, I don't need one. However, when I first started, a script really helped me say the right words and learn the language. I always like to say memorize, internalize, customize. AKA, when you have no idea what the hell to say on the phone to somebody, read a script, and then once you memorize it, internalize it, start to really understand it, and then you can customize it. Then you can kind of run without a script, right? And not only a script, but also like a framework. Just like have a framework you follow. My high ticket sales framework works like this. It's 5 steps. I've got the introduction, aka the intro, the discovery, the move stage, the presentation stage, and then the close stage. So my high ticket sales process is a simple 5-step system, and this has gotten me pretty decent results. Being Andy Elliott's #1 producer on his sales team, closing several $1 million in the past couple years in online sales, selling events, masterminds, courses, etc. So you can pretty well take it to the bank. You'll be able to close a couple people with it, okay? Couple more tips while we're at it, right? Super important tip when you're opening a sales call is to have a frame, right? See, I see a lot of guys that get on the phone with somebody, they have a lead that reaches out. And let me just take you through this process real quick, right? You post on Instagram. Hey, Instagram, I'm looking for 5 men above 45 that want to lose 10 pounds in the next 8 weeks and get shredded for summer. DM me the word summer if you're interested to see if it's a good fit. Dave DMs you. He DMs you the word summer because he's ready to get shredded, and he's 45 years old and he wants to lose 10 pounds in 8 weeks. From there, there's KPIs that you have to understand as an online coach. You got leads, you got booked calls, and then you got closes. Okay, write that down. Those are the 3 KPIs that you need to keep track of, right? If you know your closing percentage and you know how much your offer is, you can simply do the math on any goal you want to hit. Let me show you something real quick. If your offer is $5,000 and you wanted to make $100K in a month, well, all you would have to do is sell 20 packages at $5,000 within a month. All you would have to do basically is work 5 days a week for 4 weeks out of the month, which would basically be 20 days, right? And you would have to sell 1 package per day, right? Now, if I know that I sell 1 out of every 3 people I talk to, then I know that if I want to sell 1 a day, 1 package at $5K a day, I got to get on 3 sales calls per day. And if I'm working 20 days out of the month, sales calls, 20 days, well, we all can do the math and see that I'm going to need 60 sales calls booked in order to hit my $100,000 monthly revenue goal, okay? And one thing I learned, guys, from David Goggins when he broke the pull-up record, he always says the first thing I did when everybody asked, how'd you do it, Goggins? How'd you break the pull-up record? He goes, I did the math, okay? So if you want to hit 100K, I just decoded it for you. It's super easy. You need to sell 20 packages that cost $5K. So you're going to need to hop on 60 calls if you run a 33% closing percentage. And you would only need to work 20 days. You just need to figure out how to book 60 sales calls, right? So going back to my original point, Dave reaches out, wants to lose 10 pounds. He DMs me the keyword that I put on my Instagram story. And I go, hey, Dave, thanks for reaching out, brother. And I book a call with him through the DMs, through the Instagram DMs. When I hop on the call, I'm not going to immediately go into talking about my program. I'm going to frame the sales call, an intro, and I'm going to say, hey, Dave, thanks for reaching out, man. So basically the purpose of this call today is to get to know you a little bit, figure out what your goals are, what's been holding you back, and at the end of the call, if I feel that I can help you, I will go through our program and we'll see if it's a good fit. Does that sound good? And I just frame Dave to basically say, hey, this is what the call is going to look like. You're here to buy. We're here to talk about a program. This isn't just a what's up friendly call. This is to talk about you signing up for my program. You're basically telling Dave that indirectly. Okay, and then last tip when it comes to high ticket sales, guys, it's super important. Let's say we're on the phone with Dave, we frame the call, we then go on to the discovery phase where we're basically trying to figure out who Dave is, his current situation, what's got him wanting to reach out now. And then we move on to the move stage where I'm trying to figure out, what's been standing in his way, what are the consequences of him not changing right now. Then I move on to presentation where I present the product, go through the offer, and then I go through the close phase. If Dave goes, yeah, man, I want to sign up, don't make this mistake right here. At that point, don't go, oh, man, cool, I'm going to send you the link, and then just let me know when you sign up. Instead, take the card information right there on the phone. You want to get a commitment with the prospect while you're there with them, okay? Because when you're just starting out, there's nothing worse than hopping on the phone with somebody, them telling you they're going to sign up, you sending them a link, and then them ghosting you, and you hearing crickets for the next couple weeks. Just for them to get back in touch with you in a couple weeks, say they talk themselves out of it, and they're sticking to mediocrity and being fat, right? So take the card on the call and freaking get a commitment out of your people, okay? Commitment's first step to changing their life. If you've stuck with me to this point in the video, guys, we've covered 3 things on this. We've covered the 3 pillars of building an online coaching business, a no BS guide. So we went through, to recap, your offer, your marketing, and your sales. And here's the deal. At this point, there's something you guys got to understand. There's width and then there's depth. You now understand the pillars, but if you really want to be the best and you want to grow a business and you want to be great as an online coach, you got to go super deep on each one of these topics, okay? So the reason I like to make videos like this is because it shows you that this stuff isn't rocket science, right? This is super simple. You dial in the offer, you learn how to market it, you get leads that reach out, and then you learn how to close them. It's that simple. So from here, where do we go? Well, I make videos every single week that help online coaches dominate. I made a video recently on picking your niche. I've made videos on the 5 steps. I've made a lot of different videos. So if you haven't seen my other content, definitely go check it out. I'm going to be dropping new videos every week for online coaches. If there's anything that you'd like me to discuss or talk about, okay, I want you guys to comment below on the video or reach out to me and let me know, and I will film it. Like, I'm here to help you have an easy life and dominate as an online coach and give you no BS, no gatekeeping, give you all the sauce, all the secrets so you can go get the life that you want, okay? There's no need for any more gatekeeping, okay? I'm giving away all the secrets. So at this point in the video, I want to say some things. Number one, I appreciate you guys. I know how valuable your attention is. Again, I never want to bullshit you. So I hope this video gave you a ton of value. I'm going to continue to sharpen the axe and continue to get better as a coach. And if you ever want to take a step and go on the journey with me, if you want to reach out to me, see what it's like for us to work together. I work with my clients one-on-one because that's the best way to get people results. I've gotten a lot of guys killer results. I love working with people one-on-one. I want to dominate this online coaching space and be the most valuable person in it. Again, I appreciate you. If you enjoyed the video, do me a couple favors. Like the video, subscribe to the channel so you can see my future content. And thanks again, guys. I appreciate you. Let's keep dominating it. Let's make 2025 the year, and y'all have a good evening. Let's go.